Everybody, we're live. I love it. Welcome to 103.5 Kiss FM. I can't even talk. Kiss FM Lifehack Series. I'm Paulina, and I wanted to say big thank you to everybody for tuning in today and for submitting all the topic ideas that you want to hear about in this Lifehack Series. Because it's real life stuff. It's important things to learn, and I got to bring in the experts for every segment, every topic that we cover. Because Shelly and I, we decided we want to start talking to everybody in the sense of the topics that you want to hear about and you want to learn about. So one big topic that I kept hearing a lot about actually was real estate. So I got to bring in my experts, the CJ Jimenez team. How are you?
Hey everyone. Good. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here. We're really excited, and we're going to talk all things real estate. So CJ and Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got into real estate?
Sure. So my name is Sandra Hernandez, and I got into real estate about a year ago. I am from the south side of Chicago, and before real estate, I used to work in the restaurant industry. So I worked in the restaurant industry for 10 years.
Nice. Love it. And CJ?
Yes, I'm CJ Jimenez, not your average realtor here. We're coming live from our headquarters here at RE/MAX Loyalty, Logan Square, North Side. I'm a very, very proud born and raised North Sider from the Avondale neighborhood, which is the next neighborhood over. Definitely very proud to see all the changes that's been going on in this neighborhood, Logan Square, in my neighborhood, Avondale. And yeah, we decided to start here. It happened by total coincidence. So just a funny story, kind of the way life works in very mysterious ways, and that's how I really want to say how real estate happened for me. But one of my friends, actually, I'm gonna shout him out to my boy Rudy Rada. He was the one that actually one day just casually asked me. He was like, "Hey, CJ, would you ever consider selling houses? I think you'd be really good at it." And I'm like, no, I've never thought that. And I come from a background of wireless. So before this, I sold cell phones for about 10 years plus. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I have a very strong background in sales and management. And I was like, my response was like, no, I mean, I never saw myself or picture myself in selling houses, being a realtor, being in real estate. And he was like, you know what, let me just hook you up with one of my compadres. His name is Mark Santoyo. And he's actually one of the owners here at RE/MAX Loyalty. So he made that introduction. He's like, you know what, let me hook you up with him. We set up an interview. He did set up the introduction and the interviews, and came in for 2 interviews back in 2017, and the rest is history. So here we are in 2021. We are now the CJ Jimenez team at RE/MAX Loyalty, and very proud to say where I started from, where I'm at now, and everything that's happened in between just kind of happened very fast. And just like with real estate, it's a very fast-paced environment.
Yes, no, totally. And especially, I'm sure now more than ever, I hear the words hot market a lot, right? So what does that mean? And when we're saying that this market is so hot and there's a lot of activity going on, what does that mean?
So hot market is just, right now the situation we're going through, and I can say that it's almost a nationwide real estate hot market. Whereas here specifically in Chicago, what's happening is there's such a high demand for buyers because there's a lack in inventory, right? So there's more buyers than what there is inventory available, right? And what does that contribute to? One, it contributes to interest rates for mortgages being at an all-time historically low. So it is the perfect time to buy. So it does make sense for buyers right now to buy instead of rent. So you might get a better deal paying a mortgage payment right now than a monthly rent payment.
Yeah. If you rent, you're paying some mortgage.
Yeah, we hear that a lot too. So what are some of the advantages, right, to owning property, whether it's a condominium or a single family home or even multi-unit, which we'll kind of get into those in a little bit too. But what is like the biggest, difference when it comes to renting versus buying? Because we hear that a lot, right? What's the smarter move for me? And everybody's case is different, of course, but what's the difference?
So biggest difference, I think Sandra just touched base point on one of those was that if you're renting, you're really, where's that money going towards to, right? You're actually paying that owner's mortgage, instead of them paying it, you're paying it for them, right? So why not invest that rent payment towards your own property, your own house, and have that pay off the mortgage, right?
Mhm.
So what many people are doing is, yeah, I think right now, because of the rates being so low, you're actually going to save money, depending on the property, right? You're going to save money paying less on a mortgage than versus a rent payment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what about, what are you looking for when somebody is buying their first home, right? What are some things that they should be looking for, right? The person that is coming to you and say, hey, CJ Jimenez team, like, I'm looking for a house, right? What kind of questions should they be asking you, or what should they even be looking for?
So we like to properly, sit down with the client, whether it's him or her. We like to sit down with them. If it's a couple, even better, right? We like to bring in the client into the office. We sit down with them to have a proper buyer's consultation with them, right? So what we're discussing during that buyer's consultation is three very important things, right? We're looking for their needs and wants in their next home. We're looking for them to see what their financial comfort zone is, what they're comfortable paying a month. And during that same consultation, we also discuss, roles and expectations we would have of one another in a successful win-win relationship, right? So we try to establish that relationship. We try to establish that winning mentality from the beginning when we sit down together, right? We also ask from each potential client to bring in certain documents, right? And that's more for the lender, for the loan officer to go over those docs, to check out their financials, see how much they're making a year, see how they get paid, and see how much money they have saved in the bank account. So what the lender's gonna ask from you is your last two W-2s, or your last 2 years tax returns. Second thing is gonna be your last two pay stubs, or whatever method you get paid in. At least bring in 1 month worth of income that you're reporting. Three is 2 months of bank statements to see how much you have in the bank reserves, whether you're gonna be needing down payment assistance, or if you have enough already in the bank where you will need that special grant program, which is called IDA. Okay, and just bring in a state ID or a driver's license. Then from there, the loan officer, checks those docs. They're gonna check your credit, so make sure that we are working on that credit, or you already have at least well-established credit. So when the lender runs your credit, we can at least get you into a first-time home buyers program, right? Which is it's usually an FHA loan, which is a federally insured type of loan that is backed up by the government. Okay. Usually on a loan like that, you're only required to put about 3.5% down. There's also a conventional loan, which is, it requires a higher credit score, your finances to be a little bit better. And that down payment can range anywhere from 3 to 5% on a conventional loan. And then there's the third most popular loan that we deal with is a VA loan, which is a veterans loan, right? So any people that have served our country, thank you for that. And the government does help you guys out. So if you guys are not aware, for veterans, there is a special loan called a VA loan, which offers 0% down payment. So you don't have to put anything towards that house if you're a veteran.
Wow. See, and I bet you a lot of people don't know this information. So I'm so glad you guys are able to come on today to talk about this, because they really truly believe that owning a home is a lot more attainable than we're taught to, because I'll always admit it, growing up, for some reason in my head, I was always told and I thought that you needed 20% down, which would be fabulous. But let's be realistic, as millennials, I don't think a lot of us truly have that 20% of, a $200,000 condo, right? For example, that's a pretty big chunk of change. So I think these programs are amazing, and I'm glad that you guys are able to tell everybody about them. So what about the current markets, like right now? I know one of your questions that was submitted to you guys too was, what's the hottest part of Chicago now? What neighborhood is the hottest, or do you even see maybe becoming a hot spot when it comes to real estate?
Well, I think my neighborhood's the hottest, Avondale. I don't know, what do you think, Sandra, is one of the hottest neighborhoods we've seen in Chicago thus far?
Well, I think one of the upcoming ones is definitely in the south side. I would say the next one would be Brighton Park. I can see that changing a lot.
Yeah, Brighton Park, I think for sure, my people in Little Village, that neighborhood is gonna come up pretty soon. Little Village, South Lawndale neighborhood, I think it's a great time to start investing in that area because prices are still fairly reasonable there. Taxes are very, very low in that area. So start buying now there to build that equity within the next 5 to 6 years. You're gonna see that pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to actually talk about that. So investment properties, right? What are investment properties? How can somebody get started if they were interested, right, in doing this, like how you're saying, checking out these neighborhoods and investing in these properties? What do they need and what does that look like? Can they live there as well?
Yes, that's a great question, Paulina. I mean, an investment property actually can be any property, right? So let's say an individual, let's say you or I are still living at home, right? And we don't plan to move out, right? You can actually buy a single family home, right? And use it as an investment property where you're renting it out, right? You're probably gonna rent it out more than what your mortgage payment is worth. So you are renting it out, you're paying off that mortgage, plus you're getting an additional whatever monetary amount it is per month for you to keep on the side, right? For savings. So that, I mean, that could be seen as an investment property. Two of the most popular investment properties that we do see is multi-units, right? So a 2-unit, a 3-unit, or a 4-unit building, right? Where you can actually be an owner occupant on one of those units, rent out the other unit or rent out the other 2 units if you have a 3-unit or higher, right? So you essentially you could be living for free at that property and just have the tenants pay for your mortgage, and then whatever extra you have, I mean, that's just extra passive income for you, right?
Yeah, that seems really amazing. So what is someone who, for example, right, like someone who lives at home or maybe is currently renting and they're ready to take this step, what do they need to qualify for an investment property? Is it the same thing like a regular house?
Yes, same things as a regular house. So it's the same exact things I just mentioned a little while ago. So you are going to have to show a full history of 2 years working full time. That's why the lender asks for 2 years of tax history. So you do have to be full-time employed, making sure that every week you're getting the consistent pay. If you're getting overtime or you get paid extra through whatever bonus or commission, even better. That looks better on paper, right? But I'm gonna throw in an example. I'm not gonna mention names, but one of my very close friends, he actually purchased with us this year, and he actually bought a 4-unit in Gage Park, and he got a deal on it. And he's actually a perfect example too, because he actually he lives on his own, right? He doesn't pay. I don't think he pays any bills. Sorry, but he bought this 4-unit, and he's like, man, this is the best thing I've ever done. And he and one of the reviews he wrote for us, he's very grateful and thankful that we guided him into buying that 4-unit building. So he's receiving 4 rents a month, and that's
amazing.
Yeah, he's his mortgage. Just throw an example out there. His mortgage payment is about $2,000, and he's getting $2,000 additional just passive income for himself.
That's amazing. So what about somebody, for example, who recently maybe just bought a house, right, or a condo, and they want to explore this option, right? How do they apply for, or how do they qualify then for an investment property since they already have a mortgage, right?
Yes. So at that point, that second property would be considered an investment property. And you would have to show the finances that you would be able to afford that second mortgage on the investment property. And therefore the lender's going to ask, in that case, going to ask for 20% down. 20%
down. Got it.
That is the only situation where the lender's going to ask for 20%. But for first-time home buyer, or if you're buying your first property or you're buying a single-family home, that is a myth. You do not need 20% down. So like I was saying, on an FHA loan, you need as little as 3.5% down. On a conventional loan, you need anywhere from 3 to 5% down. But with these programs that the state of Illinois does offer right now, IDA, you can receive anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 in grants towards that.
Amazing.
Towards that.
Yes. Are you seeing a lot of younger people like millennials or Gen Zs? Do you see them kind of stepping into this real estate space and buying a lot quicker than maybe like we did like back in the day? You know, I feel like the traditional was like get married, have kids, buy a house, right? Do you feel like that's changed?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I feel like it has.
Absolutely. So now millennials, yeah, they are definitely stepping into the game. I think they are investing more in real estate now. And the number one reason they're buying is to have a space for their pet, for their dogs.
I hear that a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They rather have a dog than a baby first.
Yes. Yep. So
yeah,
we do welcome those people that definitely want to find a place for their dog. Yeah, we'll find you a nice big backyard for them.
That's amazing. And my last question for you before, you know, we make sure we get all your info for everybody who's, you know, wants to reach out if they're looking to buy or sell. My last question, I guess, is, you know, where do you see the market going for the rest of 2021? Obviously, you know, people are buying. There's not enough inventory. Do you feel like that'll shift a little bit? Do you feel like it'll stay the same?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I was actually saying that as we were walking into the office today, I was like, I wonder what's the next move in real estate.
Right.
So unpredictable.
But just from talking to people in the business, you know, talking to ownership here, talking to other experts in the field, what I've heard from loan officers is that the rates are going to stay very consistent throughout the end of the year, right? So rates are still going to be fairly low. I mean, they fluctuate from day to day, right? But I mean, overall, I think they're going to remain stable. Prices on homes are still going to be up there as well. And I'm hoping that we see more sellers selling because we need more inventory out there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you. Yes, Sandra, thank you, CJ, the CJ Jimenez team. Can you drop your Instagram or a website, even a phone number is fine, where we can reach out to you to, you know, if you have any questions, any listeners that are ready to buy, ready to sell, or maybe they just want to reach out and get started. What are some good ways we can do that?
Yeah, so we actually have a very amazing website that you can reach us through. It's www.cjjimenezteam.com. And you can either click on contact us, you can click chat with us, you can chat with us at any time. We're always available. We're always on our phones or on our computers. So this is just part of daily life. You can reach us via social media also at CJ Jimenez Team. Facebook is also CJ Jimenez Team.
Amazing. Well, thank you for being here with us today for our KISS FM Lifehack Series. I think we learned a lot today. I know I definitely did. And, you know, we definitely hope to have you guys back to talk more real estate in the future.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. See you.
Bye.
Bye.